I was still smiling and laughing at myself for this very silly incident. Assalamualaikum everyone. So story time. Funniest thing happened to me today and I'd like to share it with you. Earlier today, I planned on attending a makeup lesson in which I can't attend a class later that week. So what happened was that I saw on the timetable that there was this 5:30 to 7:30 class that I can go for, and I actually made plans for it. Okay, so fast forward to today, I was running a little late. So what happened was that I was rushing after settling some errands, and I literally rushed my way from the east side of Singapore to the central part of the island. But along the way, I had to go back home and get my book because I almost left it at home. So when I reached the institution, I noticed that there was a class going on inside the classroom that I was supposed to be in. So I just waited out, because it wasn't time yet, and I actually spent the time to just chill outside and do some revisions. That was when my trainer/teacher noticed me from the ground floor, and he was asking me whether I was done with my class, which then I told him that my class only starts at 5:30. That's why I was waiting outside, which only made him puzzled. So he came up to me to tell me that there is no such thing as the 5:30 p.m. class today. So I confidently took out my phone to actually show him the schedule that I was referring to, and to my dismay, yes, there was no such thing as the 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. class, but actually it was 3:30 to 5:30. And the reason that I got confused because it was in the 24 hours timing. So it was actually 15:30 hours to 17:30 hours, which is 3:30 to 5:30. It took me a few moments to actually sink back into reality, and I started laughing at myself, and he was laughing with me too. So my trainer/teacher was kind enough to actually slot me into the 7:30 p.m. class. So I went to the nearest fast food restaurant, bought myself a cup of lime froyo with Fruit Loops, and headed to find a place to sit. And trust me, although I was sitting somewhere else waiting for the 7:30 p.m. class, I was still smiling and laughing at myself for this very silly incident. And let me tell you what made it more funnier was that the fact that I was reflecting on the very fact that I posted up on IG stories on the whole I was early and I almost crashed into someone else's class. Then again, instead of letting time pass by just like that, I took out my laptop and got some work done while I wait. But surely from this whole incident, I really learned a lot. I even phoned my mom at that very moment, and she told me that with every incident, there's a story to tell, mashallah. And here I am sharing with you the story. One most major lesson that I have learned from this incident is that we all have a story to tell. It doesn't have to be big, huge news. It can be as little as small moment stories. Small moment stories are things which happen in our everyday. And it is these stories that we may overlook, or we may see it as unvaluable. Remember that a story does not have to be big to create an impact or to create a connection. There will always be lessons that we can learn from the things that we go through. And I'm sure that our adversities are stories and lessons that other people can benefit from. Yes, there is something in our everyday, both lessons and blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May we continue to keep our hearts open to learn from our everyday so that we can let our eyes see better, insyaAllah.